Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Crispy and today we are back on my fall island of Moss Haven. This island is part of Crossing Maniac's Halloween challenge. It's a 3-month design challenge where you can pick builds from fall or from Halloween, or you can do the mix it up option, which is what I'm doing, and I'm picking builds from both fall and Halloween. And this island is also part of Kaylee Games' Friendsgiving collaboration. It is a 3-month design collaboration with a whole bunch of amazing content creators, and a lot of the people in the community are doing it as well. So if you want to participate in either one of these, I will put the details to both of them in the description below. Last time we worked on this mushroom forest area here, leading to Static's house, which is right here, one of my purple villagers. Today, I gave the option to my helper of what area we were gonna do because I wasn't sure, and he said the museum or Able Sisters. So this is the museum, it's up here. I'm gonna put like castle pieces around it. I have this sunken waterfall in front, and I might connect these two waterfalls if I have room in the front, but I have to put the castle pieces up here first because I'm not sure how much room they're going to take up. But if we get all of this done, then we'll move on to the Able Sisters and try to work on it. So yeah, we'll see how far we get. Alright, so we actually managed to get so much done today. I did cut out a little bit of the filler area just because, you know, planting bushes and flowers and trees is not quite as exciting, but I really did like how this castle came out. I had planned all this out already. I had done like all the terraforming and stuff, and I showed my members because, you know, sometimes people like to see the terraforming and sometimes they don't. But I had made sure that all of these castle pieces fit around the museum beforehand, so it wasn't too bad. But I had put this dirt code down just so that something was underneath the castle pieces, and then I decided that I'd rather have the mossy path, so off camera I did switch it out for the mossy path. But yeah, I liked using the castle to just hide the museum because it's just not, you know, something that goes with this kind of theme. But I didn't have room to fix the waterfalls in front, but I think that they're fine. I'm just gonna say that they're fine. And so the builds that we worked on today was not only the museum and the path that leads over to the museum, but also I worked on the resident services area, and I worked on the Able Sisters. I had given my helper just the choice of what we were going to do today because I wasn't sure what I wanted to work on, and he said either museum or Able Sisters, and so I was just like, you know, why not both? And so that is what we did, and cutting out a lot of just the filler stuff that's kind of, you know, not as interesting to watch. It did cut out a lot of the time, and so I was happy to do that. But just looking at the build list for each of the challenges, I wanted to talk a little bit about our progress on this island so far. And so for the following challenge, we have done the farmer's market, we have done the orchard, we did a cider stand, we did a hayride, and we did the fall festival. And so those were for the fall build lists. And then from the Halloween build list, we've also done the pumpkin patch and the hedge maze. So we have done a lot of builds so far. We've done everything required from the following build list other than our house. We still need to decorate our house, and we need to put some of the things required for villager yards, because I have not decorated all the villager yards yet. But that is pretty much all we have left for the Halloween challenge. And then for the Friendsgiving challenge, we have done the pumpkin patch because it was required for both. We have done the harvest market. It was also required for both. We did a harvest parade and made a huge float pulled by a tractor. And we also built a mush forest, which we worked on last time. So we have done all of those. We still need to do an outdoor feast for the Friendsgiving challenge, and we need to decorate our home still. I will do that, and I will probably work on that last thing because I do not enjoy interiors, but I will get it done eventually. I did finish HHP, and the sad part is that I had to time travel like probably 10 days, no joke, just to be able to unlock all of the counters and the pillars and everything. So if you are speedrunning HHP like I usually do, I definitely recommend time traveling different days and not doing it all in one go, because you won't unlock any of the pillars or the counters, and it's so annoying because you need those. Well, I like to use them anyway for the villager interiors, and so it's just so annoying that you have to be there on so many different days, you know, because I had finished all of the 30 houses and I was able to customize houses and everything, but I hadn't unlocked anything other than the partition walls. So that was annoying. I always forget that I don't even know how many days you have to go to HHP before those are unlocked, but it's really annoying. So I just did this path leading up to the museum, and I went down into the sunken waterfall, and I filled in all of the land around the water with just a whole bunch of flowers and bushes. Didn't take me too long to do this build, and I even worked on the area to the right here where the other waterfall is over there. That is going to be right beside our campsite, so I'll work on that on another day, but the campsite's going to be over there. And so then we have to do our orange villager yards and the rest of our purple villager yards and our green villager yards. But now I am working on resident services, and I decided to put this glowing moss pond centerpiece in front of it. I wish I had had a little bit more room. I have like a waterfall behind in front of this glowing moss pond, and so I was just doing like this wheat-filled purple flower pattern, and then I decided maybe I should put some pumpkin towers in to this centerpiece here. And so I did come back in and I added a few more of the pumpkin towers, and I switched out a few of the flowers to be different colors because I wasn't sure if all of the flowers should be purple, since you know, you can't have the purple towers, you have to have the colors of the pumpkins. And so I did switch some of them out, and I think that it turned out really cute. The color scheme on this island is definitely nothing like I've ever worked with before, but I am really enjoying how colorful it is and how it's a mixture of fall and Halloween. And I love that moss path so much. It has little mushrooms in it, and it is just one of my absolute favorite paths. And I also love the yellow and orange flowery path that I've been using as well, and I've been putting it under the mushroom parasols and some of the like mush lamps and stuff, and it's so colorful and I love it. But some of my tea olive bushes are actually in bloom right now because I'm kind of in late September because of HHP and time traveling. So I am going to have to go back to earlier September. So if you see any of the tea olive bushes in bloom, just ignore them. It's probably going to be earlier September rather than late September. I wasn't going to work on the resident services area today, but I just thought since I was doing the cliff beside resident services and working on Able Sisters that I might as well do this area as well. I'm just really wanting to get this island moving. It is October now, and I really want this island to be finished this month. I know it's not technically due until like the end of November, but I want to be working on other islands in November, so I am just wanting to, move it along. And so I just wonder if you guys are working on a fall island or you're working on a Halloween island right now. The Friendsgiving collaboration is, for the community. You can definitely join if you want. A lot of you may already be doing it, and that's why you're watching this video. But if you haven't decided or not whether you want to join in, it is only 6 builds. And also the following challenge, because it does have a lot of the same builds that the Friendsgiving collaboration has, and so it was so easy just to put them together. And then you can be part of 2 amazing collaborations and challenges in the community. And so I really love how people just come together and they work on islands that are similar in themes, but they just all turn out so different. And so I absolutely love that about this game. You can just have, some of the same themes, but your islands just turn out so different. I have seen a lot of the creators who are participating in this, their harvest parades and their pumpkin patches, and they're just all so different. And I am loving seeing everybody's different interpretations and how they're all coming out. I am really loving watching everybody's islands coming together. And so I thought about taking the path here that comes from the entrance, and I thought about bringing it up through these trees and going to resident services. But then I just decided to close it off a little bit with some glowing moss balloons and some mush parasols, because I have paths going all over the place and I just didn't think that I needed a whole other path. And the mossy path would have had to go right beside that yellow and orange path, and so I just thought that I didn't need it. But now we are working on the Able Sisters, and I really enjoyed this build a lot. I love decorating the Able Sisters, but I also love covering up that little window. On this day, actually, there is a nice little Halloween mage dress in the window, but sometimes there are some really bad outfits. So you want to cover it up so that you don't have like a hot dog costume showing up in your window or something like that. but the customization of that curtain, the green, it just matches the roof of the awning, I should say, of the Able Sisters so well. I just thought that it really matched really well. So I just put like some evergreen ashes beside the Able Sister. You know, sometimes in game it doesn't like for you to get trees too close, so I put things like the mush parasols or the evergreen ash closer to the buildings, because that way it doesn't yell at me. But I put down some of this yellow and orange flowery code so that I could do like a sewing area in front. I love to put little sewing areas in front of the Able Sisters because I just think it makes sense. So I am using a tea table and some little cushions to sit on, and I thought that it turned out really cute. I love the little tea table. I think it's so adorable. It's one of my favorite tables in the game. But the hardest part is just placing items on round tables, because they like to hang over the edges. So as long as you just stick to the middle of the table, then it ends up okay. But yeah, this did not take me too long at all. And then I just ended up filling up the waterfall that's behind resident services. And when I went up there to decorate, I really loved the overlook that it had to the mushroom forest that we worked on last time. I just thought that it was a really great view. So I am definitely gonna have to leave a ladder in the DA so that I can make sure people know, that they can climb up the cliffs. And I like to do that anyway, just in case people, want to bypass the paths and climb up to different areas, take shortcuts, whatever you want to say. But I do like to try to leave the vaulting pole and the ladder just in case, I don't want people to get stuck. But I also just put a little clothesline here and a wash tub. I had the spinning wheel there, but I thought that the wash tub made more sense by the clothesline, so that is why I switched that out. But I just made sure to line all of my cliffs with some vines, and then I just filled in the rest of the space with a whole bunch of filler natural decor and all of the flowers. And Isabel should definitely be happy with the amount of flowers I am placing on this island. And I did make sure to leave the path accessible. It's not a path. I filled in the space, but you can walk beside that tree to get back there if you want to look at the waterfall back there. So I tried not to put too many items that would keep you from walking back there. So it was just a whole bunch of flowers and wheat fields so that you could still walk by. But I was so surprised how much I actually got done today. I wanted to get done as much as possible. I will probably just kind of be, speed running the rest of this island because it is October now and I don't want it to drag on too long. But yeah, I am still really loving this island and this theme, and I'm enjoying it. I am gonna really have a lot of fun with the outdoor feast. I'll probably put that in front of like my orange villager houses, because I have like 3 of them in a row, 3 orange villagers, and so I think I'm gonna put my outdoor feast there because I have Pudge and Teddy, and who's my other orange villager now? I've forgotten. I was doing so well at remembering all of them, and now I've forgotten. So, oops. But I do have 3. I do have 3, and so I have them back there at the back of my island, the back right side of my island. So I still have to decorate their yards and I guess do their interiors. It's definitely not my favorite thing to do interiors, but I'm gonna probably end up doing them because I usually do. And I've done Static's exterior, but not his interior. And I have not touched my house yet. So that is something that I have to do. But I really do love the view up here. It's so pretty with all of the mush forest in front of it. I never am good at creating overlooks. And, you know, it's not like this is meant to be an overlook, but I still think that it's pretty. So, I'm glad that I came up here to decorate because otherwise I wouldn't have even known. But, yeah. I just hope everyone is having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I am so glad that I'm feeling so much better. I had been sick, but I am feeling so much better now. And I know the last video I sounded really congested and terrible, but hopefully my voice sounds a lot better now. Just so glad to be feeling better, and so is my helper, and so hopefully the sickness is out of our house. I hope anyway that nobody else gets it. So far, everybody else has been fine. I did take the monarch down and put a different color butterfly up there because I had already just used the monarch on that purple mush log, so I thought it was too many monarchs too close together. And we are finished. Alright, and we are done, and I have my helper here.
Hello.
You ready to see it?
Yes.
Alright, we got so much done today. We did our museum area. So we just did like a castle with like sunken waterfall in front.
I'm the one that asked her to decorate 2 things. Did you decorate the second one?
Yeah, I did.
Yay!
So I just filled in this whole area back here so that I could get, you know, some good photos, and then it stops here. So this is where the campsite's gonna be, so we'll do that in a future build. The next area we did was resident services. So I filled in all of this area. We have a glowing moss pond.
I thought you did Able Sisters.
I did, but I also did resident services. Because
I did get a lot done today.
Yeah, I needed to do all of this. And the reason that this side is empty is I may put my rock garden here. So that's going to have to come last.
That would be interesting.
And then the last area that we did is Able Sisters.
I knew it.
Yes.
I told her, she was like, what do you want me to build? And then I was like, I mean, you can do, I was like, wait, what was the options? And then she told me the options. I was like, do museum and Able Sisters. And then, boom, here we are.
Yes. And I did fill in this whole cliff behind resident services. Oh, Tad is chilling back here. Look at him.
Tad likes his alone time.
He does.
A lot.
I guess so. I don't know what he's doing back there, but you like my flag?
Yeah.
I changed it.
That's cute.
Yeah, I really love that code. But
that is very detailed.
If you come up here, you can see, like, is it gonna let me? No, it's not, because it's mean. Sometimes it doesn't.
That's not nice.
It doesn't want to let you like climb at an angle. But look at this view up here, man.
Whoa, that is amazing.
It's a pretty good view.
It is a pretty good view.
So I'll have to make sure that I leave like a ladder in the DA just in case.
I think the best view you've done is that one. I think it was on the Mushroom Island.
Yeah, behind my Able sisters.
Yeah, that's the best.
Oh, thanks. All right. Are you ready to say bye?
Yeah. All right. Bye. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.